Hey, I'm back. This is Chandler for Melda Production, and today I'm going to show you how you can use the sampler inside MSoundFactory to chop up some beats quickly and easily. So this feature was actually added somewhat recently, so let me just put in the sampler here. And before it was a little bit difficult because you had to, add it in twice and it was a bit annoying. But now one of the things we can do is if we take a loop like this, first we just drag it in like this. I'm going to change the pitch detection to audio, or it's actually on that. Everything else seems okay for now. Just click OK. And what we're going to do is just play this, and then later we're going to maybe chop it so it can start at different points depending on the key. So let me just play it now here. Now, if you hear it, you think, this doesn't sound good, and that's because it's on B1 now. And for this type of thing, I actually don't want it to be pitch shifted. So first thing I'm going to do is just change the fine tuning. Sometimes you want that to make sure it's, synced up to the rest of your song, but I don't have a song here, and maybe for something like hip hop, I don't really even need that. So just make that 0 by right clicking. Next thing here where it says pitch, what I'm going to do is just change it to constant. So every key will sound the same. So that's not so good, but you see here it says root B1. Now, when you change it to constant, it means everything is playing as if it's at A440, which says A4. So to get that down, okay, so A4, so move it up 2 semitones. So instead of A, it'll be B now, but now I'm going to have to move the octaves. Okay, so it goes 4, 3, 2, 1, right? So now where, it's playing the way it should be, and it's playing at the correct pitch. We have everything we want here, but now let's set this up so we can use it just like a normal sampler if we're playing one shots with this. So now I'm playing here, C4. Let's get rid of this. You could choose whatever key you wanted, but I'm going to choose C4 because it's easiest for my computer, or my keyboard I should say. Okay, and let's move this down. Now I could start messing with this now, but since I have it here, it's only playing on C and C sharp. Other keys, it doesn't do anything. What I'm going to do from here is actually go into the menu, and this is what was added recently. It says copy selected region. So copy it, and I'm going to insert a new bank like this. New bank is selected, and now go into menu again and click paste selected region. Now you're looking at like, whoa, it disappeared. What happened? But it's actually still there. It's just on top of the other one. So just move it over here. You're like, oh, okay. You see it? It looks the same, but they're actually two different regions. If I play them, it sounds the same right now. Like that. But now let's start changing it and cutting it. So I'll go to the first one here with the C note. From here, I can move the end, or I can actually use a loop here, which might be easier. Move the start at the beginning. And to zoom in here, I can just use the mouse wheel or this if I want to zoom in where I want to. And I'm going to play it and find out where the specific bar ends. Sounds around here. I can try crossfading if I want. And that's just your own personal preference. I don't think it really needs to be crossfaded. And now on the next one here, I'm going to do the same thing. I'll add the loop, actually the start point here. But now I want it to be have a different start point. So let's listen to it. So around here, zoom in a little bit more just so I can get. And the end of the loop should be around there. I gotta zoom out here, make this closer. I think it's around here. Let's listen to it. No, it's much closer. Not here. And crossfade it. And you can mess with that however you want. There's even ways to do lots of other weird things with this if you want to. If you think like, I don't like the bass, I can go in here with the high pass filter and I can enable it and cut it off like this. And some things, I probably showed this before, I believe, but you can even start moving the filter here like this. Actually, it's kind of popping there. Actually, you probably shouldn't do that. But that gives you an idea. If you like to do things like that, you can. Ooh, I know I moved it. Didn't mean to do that. And just turn it off. And from there, we can actually do some slicing. So if I was going to make a song or something, I could start with one and play this just like an instrument. So you can slice that however you want, and you could do the same thing. This is more like a full melody with bass, but I might do something like this for, let's say, my guitar and chop it up. If I had some funk riff or something like that, maybe I made that in Super Looper, export it, just put it in here, and I can chop it up and use it for like a hip-hop type song. And another thing you can do is you can mess with the release. So now I have the release fairly short at 50 milliseconds, so as soon as I let go, it just stops. But if I make it longer like this, it'll hang around for a second. So sometimes you want that when you're playing. It sounds a little bit smoother. So you can mess with that. Maybe that's a little bit too long, but you can set it however you want. And of course, you can do things like adding effects and other things in here. On top of this, I can mix it with any of the other oscillators, or I could even use two samplers at the same time and mix them together. So there's all sorts of things you can do with this. You can, set the different regions on more keys. So if I wanted this to cover a whole octave, I could do that too. So with this, there's all sorts of possibilities in here for mangling it, messing with it, and having fun with it. So hope this gave you some ideas. If it did, give me a thumbs up. Leave me any questions or comments down below, and check out all the other plugins at melderproduction.com. Until next time, see you.